Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Fire, and welcome to Best Women Gamers, a series where me and many women in the gaming industry talk about stories, experiences with gaming, future dream goals, and more. Women don't get the recognition that they so rightfully deserve in this industry, but it's not too late to start giving some, so why not start here and now? Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more content like this.
You know, I like Miss Marie because, like we saw with her droning, like we saw with her roam clearing, she doesn't stop. She's a force. She just goes, NASCAR racing with everything that she does.
This week, we are joined by Miss Marie. She is a streamer and comp player for US Slaughterhouse and has quite the story to share. Being the only female gamer in Benelux has its great moments, but also comes with downsides like major sexism and people tending to impede on Marie's personal life. She's all about love and support of everyone in the community, and has a lot to say about changes she wishes to see, both in bigger creators and just in people in general. She's incredible at the game, and strives to make it in the comp scene as it feels like home to her, or as she explains in the video, I live for it. Without further ado, I introduce Miss Marie.
I guess the first thing, super generic, who are you, where are you from, any general details that you want people to know about you.
Well, I'm Marie. I'm from the Netherlands, and online I am known as Miss Marie. I used to be quite active in the Rainbow Six Siege Benelux League, but last year CCS came out with CCSW, and I've been playing in that, and my performance was really good, and this season, whenever it's gonna be due to Corona, I'll be playing for Slaughterhouse.
So how did you get into video games? What's your backstory behind getting into video games as a kid?
Well, my dad, he's always been about tech and all that kind of stuff, so he got me into gaming pretty much from the get-go. I was playing on the freaking Nintendo 64, and then when the first Xbox came out, oh my god, I just binge played Halo so freaking much. It's I just rolled into the shooters, and I've been playing them ever since, really. Halo, the old Call of Duties, less Battlefield, and yeah, I've just never stopped. And then Siege came out, and I've been on it ever since. I'm just addicted, man. It's been 5 years.
Have you been on Siege for 5 years?
Well, when Siege first came out in December 2015, I actually bought it for PlayStation because I was on PlayStation back then. I got into Siege in December 2015, straight from the get-go, Operation Black Eyes. And I've been playing it on PlayStation until about 2 years ago, when I decided to I should probably get a PC. All my friends were moving to PC. Probably sounds like a great idea. So I did the same, and I don't regret it since. I just rolled into the Benelux community, and from there on, that was the way up. I started playing small leagues and LAN events, and it's just been going really well.
Why R6 out of everything else that you've played?
Honestly, I had the most fun in that one. I don't know, Siege is so much different from any other game that we're looking at. Let's say we're talking about Call of Duty, it's honestly just a shoot and run. And with Siege, there's so much more to it. Rainbow Six Siege, there's not a game out there like Rainbow Six Siege. Every single round that you play is gonna be so much different. And the thing about a game like Call of Duty is it's just shoot and run every single time. But so much changes in Rainbow Six Siege. Every game is a different one. Then there's new ways to die constantly. So it never gets boring, really. The only reason why Siege gets frustrating every now and then is because of the hackers and because of the ongoing sound bugs or glitches or but the game itself, the idea behind it is actually great. Really love it.
Are you in an org or a team?
Yeah, I play for Slaughterhouse. It's a NA org, but they picked us up, and we'll be playing CCS for them. But the question is when CCS is gonna be because of Corona. No one knows yet. Yeah, but team-wise, Slaughterhouse, NA org picked us up. They're honestly amazing. They've been supporting us so much. They sent me a new mouse. My was broken. It's they're actually insane. So much fun, so nice. In stream as well, so supportive, and that's really good to see.
How'd you even find US Slaughterhouse, and why'd they pick you up and everything?
Well, obviously it can be quite hard to get picked up by an organization because obviously the organization wants something established as well, because it's always a risk taken on a team. I've played for multiple organizations already, and obviously like everything that you do, you pretty much build up like a little resume, so to say. And you know, if you can show them like, hey, I've already accomplished this, I've already been able to do this, and I've already won this, and I've already done this, and this is what I can give you, then there are a lot of orgs that are actually interested. And especially in CCS, I feel like it's a good way for orgs to be out there as well, supporting the all-woman stuff, you know what I mean? But what we did, we pretty much just made a tweet, you know, looking for organization, and then orgs contacted us. We reached out to a couple of orgs, and then you go talk to all of them and see which one feels best. Because obviously orgs, they can offer you certain things, but if there's not a click, you know, if you don't match the way you talk, the way, you know, you're laughing together, then there's no point in being with an org. So we just went for the one that we had the most fun with, so to say. Like, it just clicked. It just clicked, and it's been great ever since. They've been very supportive.
How long have you been in the org for?
Slaughter, I'm gonna say about like 3 months now.
Okay, so you're
Roughly.
still kind of fresh.
Still kind of fresh, yeah. I mean, originally CCS was supposed to start in October, November, but now it's all unsure when it's gonna start.
Do you see yourself as more being in the competitive scene, or more as like a content creator?
Honestly, more the competitive bit. The thing is, I absolutely love streaming. I do it with so much fun. But the excitement that you get from streaming is so different than from the excitement that you get from playing competitively. Because I've been playing competitive, like I've played a bit on PlayStation, but compared to PC, you know, like it was just like go for monthlies and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't high level, you know what I mean? But then as soon as I moved to PC, I started playing the actual Benelux League and such, and just the thrill that gives you, it's just like, nothing matches that. Nothing matches that. Playing on stage and, you know, like have there be a crowd and everything like that, people watching, people cheering you on, people, it's just insane. Like the energy that's there, everyone meeting each other and just being able to talk to so many people, like there's nothing like that. And like, I like streaming, but just the entire vibe that comes with playing competitively, it's just so much more fun. And like, I'll be honest, you know, like I know that I won't ever be a pro player or anything like that, but even if it's just for fun, it's great. I lived in London for about 2 years, and when I was in London, I was still playing on on PlayStation. But all my friends were slowly moving to PC, and I was like, I might do the same. So I bought my PC when I was still in London. Then I moved back to the Netherlands, and I started playing with people. I met Dutch people. I rolled into the Benelux community. And honestly, like 2 months after I moved back to the Netherlands, I was invited to go to the, I think it was the Rainbow Six Benelux finale season 2. Yeah, I think it was. It was on Bright Day. It was like on a massive event. And I was able to work there for ESL, just going around and talking to people about what is Rainbow Six Siege and why should you try to get in it. And like, that was my first LAN event I've ever went to. And just being there and seeing all these players on stage and the crowd and just like everyone just being so into the game, and the cast is just like going at it, like they just pull you in so good. Like that is just like these experiences, like I cannot imagine. I honestly cannot imagine living without that. Like it's just, I just like, does it sound weird if I say that like I live for that kind of stuff? Because it is just, I love it so much. It's insane. And afterwards, I remember saying, because Pengu was there as well. He was one of the analysts, I think. So we met him as well, and he was really cool. And I remember thinking like, oh, I really want to be on that stage soon. You know what I mean? Like I want to be on that stage. I want to play on that stage. So I was very unconfident when I came to PC. I had never played with a mouse and keyboard before, so like I had zero confidence. I had zero confidence whatsoever. But like the more I played, and I started playing with like better people, the more I played, the better I got at it. And then it just started growing. And then I started playing Benelux, qualifying, and then in the actual league. I just had like a bit of unlucky stuff because there was a lot of personal stuff going on, so we didn't actually properly get to play. So that was quite unfortunate, but like there's just nothing like it. Like the thrill of just being in a call, knowing that you're gonna have to play soon, and everyone just hyping each other up and just like singing along, and everyone just making like these tribal like war call outs, you know, like like there's just nothing like it, really. I cannot imagine my life without that anymore.
So what would you say is your like proudest achievement since being in the gaming industry? Do you have anything like proud moments or achievements that you've had?
I mean, I don't know if this is something to be proud of, but when I just came to PC, I was streaming and we were playing Chalet, and there was this one guy still alive, right? And the friend that I was playing, he's like, oh, knife him, knife him. So I tried to knife him, and I felt so freaking miserably. I think I missed knifing him like 5 times. Like, we tried knifing each other, and it was just not working. And my friend just started laughing, like everyone's going crazy. And then for some reason, that clip went completely viral. It went completely viral. It was featured in Jaeger himself, Macy J. Like, it was mad. It was absolutely mad how viral that clip went, and like I had to turn off my notifications because the followers were just like, it was insane. Ik ga echt dood. Ik voel hem.
Knife him.
It's like that was a fun thing, but I mean that's not like achievement-wise. I think I'm very excited. Like, I'm the first female player in the Benelux, and I literally had girls come into my stream or message me and be like, hey, thank you so much for playing and being in that world because you're making me want to do this. And like, that's the kind of stuff that really warms my heart because I know how difficult it is for like women, girls to be in that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's probably gonna be the proudest, the things that I'm proud of. Because I remember being a girl and being told that I'm not good enough. Because honestly, in it's a man's world, the gaming thing, you know? Like, and you have to fight for it. Because the amount of shit that you get pulled through just for being a girl is actually mad. It's actually mad.
Do you see like streaming or gaming as like a lifelong career, or is it just kind of like a hobby and you actually have like something else you want to pursue?
Well, I mean, if this were to be able to be like my life, then absolutely amazing. But like, I know that I'm not good enough for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not good enough for it. So right now, I'm just seeing it as like I'm enjoying all the time that I can, and I want to do everything that I can. So if there's like an event I want to go to, I will tell my job like, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna head over there and be there because it's such a big part of my life. But like,
what do you mean by you're not good enough for it?
Well, I mean, if you look around, like, obviously there are, like, pro players and stuff, like, they're so freaking great, but, like, I don't want to say I'm a bad player, definitely not, but, like, there's gonna be so much people so much better than me, and that is okay, you know what I mean? But, like, I would like to get as high as I can, but I just see it more as, like, for fun than it is like as a lifetime job. It would be really awesome, but like I'm just not at that level. Like I'm not Shroud, you know, like like definitely not. But like if I'm able to mean something, even if it's something small, I'll be happy. Because if I look around, like everything that I've achieved or like that has Siege been giving me, like I've made lifetime friends. It's crazy the amount of people that I've met, the amount of lovely people, and like it's done so much. It's absolutely crazy.
Well, since you have like these goals and stuff, and you know, you want to help women like get out of their comfort zone and like really enjoy like gaming, you must have had some sort of role model that like inspired you to feel this way. So who would you say is like your biggest role models, either in gaming or just in general?
I didn't have a role model. I didn't have that at all. It was just me. When I first came to PC and rolled into the Benelux community and whatever, it was just me. Obviously, I've had friends, I've made friends, but like I had to do it all by myself. Because obviously me being the only girl in there, I got shit on so much. It was a mess, you know.
So you'd say your role model is just basically your own self-belief and like values, I guess?
Yeah, honestly, I think like from what I've been through by rolling to like all men's kind of thing, I grew, I got more confident as the more shit was happening, because like, as silly as this may sound, I was better than them in the game, and that's why they were mad. So I just, talking to people, it gave me confidence, and I just, I don't know, I didn't have a role model or anything like that. Like, I'm trying to think about one, but like, definitely not.
As you've said, there's a lot of like toxicity that goes on with Rainbow Six. There's, it's kind of a weird question. Some answer it differently than others. But basically, the question is, how do you, like, is there any specific moment of toxicity that you like won't ever forget, and like, how did you deal with it, and how did it like make you feel about wanting to change anything with toxicity?
The thing about it is, like, I've had so much toxicity against me that, like, it's hard to pick a specific one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what a lot of other girls have said too, that it's hard to pick just one because they've all been pretty bad.
I think in my experience, one of the things that so when I came to on like the Benelux scene, right? I just moved to the Netherlands again and rolled in here. I was the only girl, so I made friends easy, but there would also be guys. Like, there was this one guy, we were at a LAN event, and I went to like his team and I bought everyone beers because we were already speaking a bit. And this guy was like, "You're gonna come home with me to the hotel." And I laughed in his face, and I was like, you know, like, I'm not like that type of girl, like, that's not gonna happen. So I left, and at a different event later on, I found out that he's been telling people that we've had sex. So all of a sudden I was called the slut of the Benelux, when obviously that didn't happen. So that was kind of a thing. That was kind of like a really big thing. And obviously, because I'm the only girl out there, if I dated anyone, I was in a relationship as well. I've been with someone for like 6-7 months, and there would be people on stream, Dutch people, going all like, oh, you know, like, she's like a train, she's just passing by all the boys in the Benelux scene and all that kind of stuff. When I was literally in a relationship for already like 6-7 months at that point. People calling me whore and slut for like, it's just for no reason at all. Honestly, like, there was just no reason. Like I'm not like that at all. Like, everyone will tell you now, like, I'm not like that at all. But, you know, like, those are the type of things where, like, you have to stand up and show them that you're better. And, like, they can talk whatever they want to do, because in the end of the day, you've accomplished so much more in, like, a year than they've had in their entire life. You know what I mean? So, like, those were kind of the things that, like, got me over that, because I was out there and I was growing and growing and growing and accomplishing things, and they would still be at the same place, not growing, not being able to do anything, not able to make it anywhere. And as silly as that may sound, like, that did help. You know, like, in the end of the day, people are just really jealous. And they struggle. For some reason, it's really weird that a girl can be better at something than you. So they get really toxic about that because their little egos get hurt. So I'm now like a little bit known for that as well. Like, people always call me saucy. Because, like, if you try to come at me, like, I'll slap back. You know what I mean? Like, and that's something you have to do as being a girl. That's something you have to do, because if you don't, you're just gonna get shit on. You have to really bite being a girl in a community like this. You have to bite, because if you don't, you're gonna have an awful time. People are gonna talk shit no matter what you say. So it's all about growing a thick skin and not caring as much, or like try not to care as much, which is really, really fucking hard. Like, I'll be completely honest with you. Like, I've cried a lot about stuff that was being said about me. Like, I've cried so much about people being toxic for no reason at all, because, like, I don't want to be that person that says that they're nice, but, like, I honestly always try to be as nice as I can to everyone, because I think that you should treat people the way you want to be treated. So I won't ever be an asshole to you if you're not an asshole to me, you know what I mean? But a lot of people see that differently, and that is just unfortunate. In a way, it also made me a better person, because, like, I grew from it, I learned from it, I'm trying to build my own confidence up as well with it, you know, because in the end of the day, the only reason they're doing that is because they're jealous, you know what I mean? Like, try to find the good in the bad in that situation. Even though it's hard, it's incredibly hard, because you don't want people being rude to you for no reason at all, but it's gonna happen. It's very sad, but it's gonna happen no matter what. And like, I know I've been dating someone for a little while now as well, and I know that when that is gonna come out, like, everything is gonna go crazy, because like, for some reason, everyone in the community just cares about what I do with my life. Oh, this is another thing that happened recently. I was with one guy for like 1.5 years, and we broke things off, or at least I broke up with him a little over like 4 or 5, 6 months ago, somewhere around there. And at some point I was like, no, fuck this, I'm gonna download Tinder and talk to some people just like to make me feel good about myself, you know? So I did that, and I put like the Tinder radius, I put it on like 5 kilometers, which I don't know what it is in US measurements, I'm very sorry. But like, it's not far at all. It's like less than in the same city, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not far at all. It's such a tiny radius. And I've had that account for about 8 hours. And then someone from the Benelux community already found it and was spreading it around. And everyone was talking about it, about me, about, you know, like, would they do me? What should they do? And like, all that kind of stuff. So I literally had a Tinder account for not even a day. So when that happened, I shut everything down as well. But like, that just goes to show, I literally cannot do anything without people talking about it. I just cannot do anything. However, I was very, very grateful for the support that came from that, because everyone else was like, that is so not done. Or like, a majority of the people were like, that is so not done. Like, because the thing is, right, there's gaming, there's online, and then there's personal life. And you don't go around fucking with people's personal life, you know what I mean? Like, that's just taking things way too far. Not just like, the Rainbow Six community, like, they can be so fucking toxic. Don't get me wrong, there's like a lot of good people in here as well, but there are so many bad people out there who just don't, no respect whatsoever, just so rude. So yeah, there's just been so much that I can't call one specific thing.
What changes, are there any changes that you want to see happen when it comes to sexism in gaming? Whether that comes from like businesses or bigger creators or just in general?
For one, I think it would be really good if sexism like bannable, like straight away. If someone makes a comment about like, go back to the kitchen, just like the thing is, right, like, I'm now at a point in my stage in my life where I'll slap back to that, like, I don't care, whatever. But I know that a lot of girls aren't, and when they get talked to like that, they will cry, they will freak out about it. And like, people that struggle with that, because like, it makes sense that makes you feel uncomfortable, or like pain, you know, like, it hurts you. It's like, whenever someone says something silly like that, honestly, make that bannable. Get rid of toxicity, like, how do you call that? Like a no policy? No tolerance policy? That's what it should be, honestly, like, that's what it should be. Because there are so many girls out there that want a game, that want to make it to a certain degree, and they won't be able to because people are just so toxic. And that doesn't go for just girls, but like, in this case, there's just so much to shit on. Being supportive helps. If like, big people talk about it, you know what I mean? If big content creators talk about that, that will probably help as well. And just things like ESL, Face It, and I think it's now Meta, they need to get in this as well, because what was it? Was it the better than ranked? Better than ranked, right? Like, obviously, because of my CCS thing, like, I don't want to say like I'm more known, but like, my name is like a little bit out there, you know what I mean? So when I joined the Better Than Ranked Discord and everything like that, like, Fraser actually DM'd me and he was like, hey, you know, like, let me know if you're gonna be one of the very few girls in the server. Let me know if anyone says anything and we'll instantly get rid of it. And like, that's the kind of stuff that we need, you know what I mean? Because there is no way that stuff is gonna change if we don't do anything about it. If we're just gonna be like, oh yeah, well, you know, boys will be boys, nothing's gonna change.
Do you have any tips or advice on streaming, playing games, handling toxicity, or anything with gaming in general that either you wish you would have been told when you were first starting off, or just in general, something that you think people should know?
I think it is very important to learn, like, as simple as I may make this seem, but learn not to listen to people when they tell you that you won't be able to do it. Because fuck them, prove them wrong. If you think you can do it or you enjoy doing it, do it and enjoy the heck out of it. Honestly, like that is so freaking important. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you shouldn't or cannot do anything or a specific thing. People told me that so often, like, why do you bother? You're a girl, you're not as good, you won't be able to achieve anything at all. But like, that's so untrue. That is so untrue. I think that's a very important one. Like, that's a very important thing as well. Like, stay humble about what you do. Stay humble. Exactly. Like, and be kind. Be kind to other people. Treat people the way you want to treat people. And instead of tearing people down because you're jealous of, or like you're jealous about what they can or what they have, bring people up. And I think, like, if you're looking at like the girl-to-girl community or like in Rainbow Six Siege, I think a really big thing is that like let's be honest, girls can be absolute bitches. Like, come on. We all know this. We all know this. I actually think that girls being positive towards each other online is the best thing ever. Like, because in the end of the day, we're out here in this man's world trying to make a name for ourselves, showing guys that like, hey, fuck this, girls can game. Like, we can beat your ass. Like, let's go, you know. And girls talking other girls down about whether it's their gameplay, it's like the way they look. Don't do that. Like, bring other girls up because you're in the exact same position as they are. I think that's a very important one. Instead of being negative, instead of bringing people down, bring each other up. Because you don't know what someone's going through as well. You don't ever know that. Like, someone who's super friendly or whatever, like, they could be going through this horrific thing they don't want to talk to you about. Like, always be kind to people. Because it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard to be kind. Put yourself out there. There are a lot of people that think, like, when you know, you start streaming, you're sitting there, people will just roll into you. And, like, that's not how it usually works. Because, like, let's be honest, people, they will literally just, like, look at, like, people that are being viewed a lot because, you know, then the streams must be good. So what's very important as well, especially like if we're talking about Rainbow Six Siege, building up a name for yourself is like, that is such a good thing. It's like, let's say you go to like streams, right? You just go to random streams, you start talking. Don't like go in other people's streams to promote yourself. Don't be that person. Nobody likes that person. But meet people. Meet people in streams, meet people in the game, talk to them about what you're doing, what they're doing. And honestly, if you're having a good conversation with a streamer, there's a really big chance they might check you out later as well. Because I honestly remember the conversations that I have with people about their lives, about anything like that, because streamers usually care. You know what I mean? So like, and if they see you around more often and you're like, oh hey, I play as well, you can play together and all that stuff, but like, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there, put your name out there and let people know like, oh hey, I'm here as well, I'm also a player, and people will start coming to you. I think it's also very important to use social media properly. Twitter is very important. Twitter, like, everyone does Twitter. Everyone does Twitter. Twitter is great. Go out there, interact with people. Yeah, that's like a big thing. Yeah, so putting yourself out there, like, use Twitter, use Instagram, because people tend to really like that. People like Instagram for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I'll be honest, I'm really bad at Instagram. Like, I'm trying to be more active on it, but like, I just feel so awkward with it. But people are all about Instagram nowadays. So be on that, be out there, post a lot, live, how do you call those things? Like, add to your stories, interact with people on there as well, and people will get interested and they'll come to you as well. And be kind. Like, that's something as well. Like, be kind. Don't talk people down. Like, be interested in other people. I think that's a really important one. Be interested in your viewers. Talk to them about what do they enjoy doing, what do they do in their life, and because like, in the end of the day, you're pretty much just like building up like a little friendship with every single one of your viewers. You know what I mean? Like, that's very important as well. Like, I literally, like, if a viewer comes into my stream that I've been talking a lot to, like, last year, I will still know their name and, like, what they've been doing. And I'll be like, oh, hey, so how's this and this going? And, like, they're always so confused that I remember that. They're like, holy shit. And it's like, those are the type of things that make people come back. So, like...
Yeah, those connections.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, make connections with people.
Is there anything specific that you want to promote on the video?
Just, like, some words. Like, be kind to people. Be kind to people online, like, make friendships. Don't be out there hating on other people. and enjoy what you're doing. That's very important. And if you want something, go for it. Go for it and do it. And obviously, you know, like, you can follow my Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. Very much appreciate it. But be the best version of yourself. In game and in real life, obviously. But be the best version that you can be, because people love good people.
Well, it was super fun playing with you. Sorry about the absolute horrible ping that you had to deal with.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. Definitely not.
You still clutched
It's all good.
though.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But yeah, it was super fun having you on. I love talking to you. You're very personable and very fun to play with. So thank you. I appreciate you like hopping on the
Thank you.
series.
Pancake.